Up on street again. We there, yeah, so we there, yeah, so. I am E, man. I am E Masua. Yeah, man. 2013, the new beginning of Africa. That's the African morning song. Listen it. Blessing for the land of the free. No more trouble for your people. Africa we are to be. African nation. Get back your roots and know where you're from. We are one people, and Africa we got to see. Yeah, man, African morning, man. There's gonna be an African morning where everybody gonna pack up their belongings and head to Africa. We're gonna take the sea, the road on the sea, and take the road in the sky. We are heading back home to Africa because the devils must be judged by God, and because of the righteous living among the devil, God cannot get to judge these devils. So we have to go back to Africa, get the dictation and get this addiction of the West out of your mind. Listen, African morning, man. So we have the program, African morning program, and we have the African morning song written by me. Yeah, man. So we're gonna read something from the new beginning. We cannot look at the 10 Commandments if we are not seeing the brutality of the savages that mistreated our ancestors. We cannot look at the 10 Commandments if we are not seeing the savages that mistreated our ancestors. Do we believe if our ancestors was the ones telling the stories about what happened to them, would there be an history or any 10 Commandments to be loyal to? Because the stories would be told in a different way with the clarification of what really happened. If we visit the olden house which our ancestors was captured and all before ships disembarked to travel the sea to different parts of the earth, which they become totally strangers without family and friends. But before we talk about the sea, let's talk about the journey from the villages to the olden house. They expounded it correctly when they said the devil come to kill, steal and destroy, because these savages of Rome and the individuals of Europe destroy and take everything that they find, then take our ancestors as prisoners of slave. So they burn the villages, they take away their belongings, they put them in captivity beyond their will and take them to the olden house. Very gruesome and frightened, traumatized. The implementers of the Bible are the same savages that the implementers of the Bible are the same savages. That's why they could fix the Bible in a pleasing way with directives for the slave to follow by the loyal. What is it? Let's read again. The implementers of the Bible are the same savages That's why they could fix the Bible in a pleasing way, with directives for the slave to follow, and by loyalty in a psychological way. So the slave become loyal in a psychological way, the way they fix the Bible and present the Bible to our ancestors. Let's try to read it and get it clarity. You can get it and understand it. I can still hear the voices of our ancestors. Children were devastated, and their fathers and sons were put in the courtyard to be beaten and starved, that they will be weaker. So when they put them in the courtyard, after they put them in the holy house, they look for the ones that was strong, the men that was strong, that can go in battle, that they feel that could overthrow them. So they put them in the courtyard and beat them, then starve them, so they become weak in their body, so they can't fight or rebel. Captains and crew members selected women or men that they want to sexually abuse. So the captain of the ship with the crew members put the women in the courtyard and select the woman and the man, because these remember these people are devil, you know. So they have sexual immorality. They are gays, they are homosexual too. So they put the women and some of the men in the courtyard and select from who they want to sexual abuse. So you see the devastation where our ancestors go through. It wasn't easy. Remember, they take them from their village, you know, burn down their village, burn down their villages, take away their belongings, their gold, their diamonds, and they take them as prisoners, as slaves. Carry them to this holding house and abuse them from there. They was in the holding house, they was getting abused. They was getting so much abuse, sexual abuse, beating them, mocking them, treating them like treating the lower than the dog. But our ancestors did not get to tell their side of the story. It was the same savagers put the Bible together and tell the story in a pleasing way, so we accept it with loyalty and obedience and discipline. 10 commandments, keep the 10 commandments, hold and keep the 10 commandments. That's what they tell us. Who give us history? Who write the history book? That's what we supposed to figure out. Who write the history book? Who give us history? Who was the actors of history? So they can who play the acting role? Because our ancestors did not play the acting role. They was not pleased. Our ancestors was devastated. They did not want to take part in the white man history. No, they did not want to take part in the white man history. There was prisoners of slaves, prisoners of war. And we are still helping the white man to write his history book. We thought that it's time to get up and fight. We have to fight with the powers of God. You think we get the powers of God just to worship? No, we get the powers of God to use against them as a weapon. They put the women in the courtyard for the captain to choose which one they want to sleep with. Most refused, and most of them died. And from the holding house to when they are disembarked the ship, they were being sexually abused. But they forgot to write this they forgot to write it in the Bible. They're not gonna tell this side of the story. These savagers, the Romans that written in the Bible, they're not gonna tell you that they abuse woman and rape man too. They're not gonna tell you that, you know. They put the Bible, they put the Bible in a psychology way and a pleasing way, so we accept this and say, all right, our ancestors go through that. No, they don't write the real story. If they write the real story, we'll burn the Bible. And if our ancestors did get the chance to tell their side of the story, it couldn't all in one book, which we call a Bible. It will take 10 Bible or 100 Bible for our ancestors to give details and to go down in the nitty-gritty of what the Romans them do to them. You know much people die by all right. You know much people die when the ship, but they board the ship to disembark and the waters to go across the Atlantic shores. You know much people get, you know much women get raped, how much baby born at sea and die. Some of them die, most of them die because the medication wasn't there. And our ancestors was not in their right capacity neither, because they was devastated, they were afraid, because these people used the most gruesome brutality, savagely. So they were frightened and scared. And remember, they did not have a family member or a friend. They only have people, maybe they know people from different villages that was on the ship too, going through the same trauma. Wickedness, man. Wickedness. Wickedness. Wickedness they go through. A lot of wickedness. So let us break down the 10 Commandments. We're gonna look at the 10 Commandments, because the 10 Commandments that they put in the Bible, there were more commandments in Moses' time. Even before Moses' time, there was about 40 something commandments. But these people brilliantly think of what they don't want our ancestors to do to them, or they don't want us to do to them. When we wake up from the psychology and the brutality and the madness that they used to do to us, they don't want us to return that favor to them. So they skillfully and psychologically come up with 10 commandments. So we and what they do, because they know that we love God and we adore God and we worship God, they tie in their little games with God and say God said this and God said that, when it's them is saying it, for us to be loyal. So that's what they use, you know. They know that we love God, so they use what we love against us. So once they say God said this, they know that our ancestors, wow, from God said it, we're going to accept it. So that's how they come up with the 10 Commandments. Because if we look from the 10 Commandments, we're going to look from 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. It's 6 said, you shall not murder. You shall not murder. That's or thou shall not murder. How much of our ancestors die at sea? They have it in the history book said 6 million, but it's more than 6 million. There's more than 6 million of our ancestors, of our people, die in the ocean, going over, died. So this number 6 said, thou shall not. It's not. They said some of them said thou shall not kill, but this one said you shall not murder. Did not they murder Jesus Christ up on the cross? I don't kill him. I murder that because you nail a man to a cross alive. So that is more than murder. That's past gruesomeness. So from 6 it said thou shall not, you shall not murder. But they murder a lot of us. But they don't want us now to when we rise, when we wake up from slavery, and when slavery abolished, they don't want we to return the favor. They don't want we to murder them and kill them. That's why they give us this and say God said this, because we're gonna loyal to it. So they said you shall not murder, so we're not gonna murder back them. You shall not commit adultery. Oh God. You shall not commit adultery. We go look up the meaning adultery and their internet. Adultery definition.
Here's the definition of adultery. Voluntary sexual intercourse between a married person and a person who is not their spouse.
There you get it. A married person. Just, yeah man, back again. I thought my wife is cooking. I smell something like this burning, like my rice was burning, so I go check on it, but it's okay. So we back again. We adultery. Adultery is when you lie with a married woman, which is not your wife. That's what they recall said adultery. But look how many married women, when they burn those villages and take away those women and put them in the olden house, look how many married women they violate sexually. Look how many married women they violate sexually, going across the Atlantic Ocean to various places, to strange places. That's why the song said we can't sing King Alpha song in a strange place, because they take away these people from Africa and get them to strange land that they did not know. That's why our ancestors they developed those spiritual songs. We cannot sing because they used to beat them to sing, because we know we talented, we can sing and we can dance and we can move. So these slavers and these wicked devil used to force our ancestors to sing and dance to entertain them. So our ancestors know that, look here, how we gonna sing righteous song in a land of devils? You know? So the next one is, you shall not steal. Lord God of mercy. They really write that in the Bible, say thou shall not steal. But in this one it says you shall not steal. So they're singularized out this one. You not said thou, we say you. That means when you read it, you're talking to yourself. You shall not steal. They really write this in the Bible, say you shall not steal. The resources of Africa and the wealth of Africa, the diamond, the gold, the rubies, the precious stones, the oil of Africa, build the whole world. The whole world, and it's not just part of the world. Africa resources build the whole world, and they did not pay for it. They steal it, they rob it. They kill the people and rob them and take away their position and build the whole world. And then they're gonna write in the Bible, say thou shalt not steal. You shall not steal. What kind of madness this? And then we accept it and afraid to even take back the wealth from them. Because guess what? They're writing in the Bible and they attach God to it. These people are so cunning and smart. But smart is devilism. Anytime you see a bunch of people smart, they are devils. We are wiser than them. They say you shall not steal. That is madness. They take it forcefully from us. We're supposed to take it forcefully from them, because guess what? If you dig out my eye, don't expect me not to dig out your eye. Eye for eye and tooth for a tooth. Moses said that. Moses was a real soldier and a real leader. Because he's not gonna say turn your other cheek. When you slap me, you're supposed to turn your other cheek, and you slap me and kill me. Why gonna give you a second chance to slap me when you already slapped me on the earth? Why gonna turn this cheek for you to slap me again? But that's what they write, because they want me to be obedient and loyal to their evilness. Even when they cut off your neck, they want you to sit down and take the cut off neck. No go so. So this said, you shall not steal. Crazy. That's why the youth them find ways that, and guess what? Is God make the youth them find way how to take back the wealth from them. Because what goes around comes around. Don't expect you're gonna plant an evil seed. You're gonna plant one evil seed, and when that seed grow up and the tree start to bear fruit, people not gonna feed from it. It's them first plant the evil seed, you know. They go to Africa. They first go to Africa and plant that evil seed. And now they are reaping the fruit of their own hand. Their own handiwork they are reaping from. So when you are telling us, thou shalt not steal. No man, this is hey. If you are a foolish person, man, and the Romans will twist you up and bend you up with psychology. This one again. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. So don't be a false witness. Don't give false testimony. You know how many false testimony they give us? Most of the Bible are false testimony. Most of the Bible, that's why you have to sift the Bible to get out the truth. It's not everything in the Bible is truth. It's not everything in the Bible God put there. These devils construct the Bible. We get the Bible from Rome. We get the Bible from King James. The Old Testimony, which one of the African, which one of our ancestors construct the Bible? None of them. So you're gonna take everything for the truth. If the people that rob and kill our ancestors is the one that put a book in your hand, even when the truth is in there, you're gonna read everything and say it's the truth when they are so wicked to go down from Africa and burn down the people in village, kill all them dog and puss and goat, and take everything from them, carry them, put them in a holy house, rape them and kill them. Some of them die in the holy house. Then put them on a ship, disembark them and carry them all over the place, kill them and dash them over sea. And when they put a book in you, you're gonna accept everything. No, you're a fool. You're an idiot. You are very idiotic to believe everything. You have to sift the Bible and take out what is truth, because the truth is in there. That's what they do. They twist the righteousness with the evil and say God said this and we accept it as God. We cannot do that. We have to sift it. That's why I come with the clarification to let the people know the truth. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. Lord, you know much of we young man. Even in America, you know how many of our young men are in jail and prison for just first time in slavery days in the 60s, 70s and coming up. If a black man just look at a white woman and a white woman scream out, him gone to prison or them hang him from a tree. The Black Wall Street, what started the Black Wall Street? It was a young man going in the elevator and a young white girl scream out. And they want the boy to kill him. And what they do? They burn down the wealth of the black man. Burn down the whole of Black Wall Street. Our ancestors were rich, a lot of wealth. They were building back themselves. But these devils don't want to see have nothing. They could find many more ways to justify that situation. But they don't want to hear that. From a white woman scream or pine and tell life and you're gonna jail or they hang you from tree. You're gonna prison. And then you do it. When a crime occur in certain part of America back in the days, they want closure. So what they do? They will drive him down the road. The police will drive down the road and see a black man and say, look here, put the case upon him. And hold him and give him some lick, some beat and lock him in a jail. Put him before the judge and try and send to prison. And he's not the man. A lot of our brother in prison, 40 years, 50 years, 35 years, 17 years. And it's not them do the crime. It's when in technology start to come up and they can do a lot of testing. They find out say these brothers was in prison falsely, wrongfully, and what they do, just compensate them with a couple $1,000. So what you tell me? No false testimony, testimony that. So the things that these people don't want us to do back to them, they put it in the Bible as 10 commandments for us to keep, and said God put it there. No, God not tell them nothing. Them put it there because the things what they do to us, they don't want us to do it to them. Simple like that. It's the things that they do to us gruesomely and wickedly. They don't want us to do back to them. Did you know that they used to use the arses and tie pregnant woman, look at it, a woman that is pregnant, and tie the woman and the two horse and drive the two horse, burst the woman, baby drop out. What kind of devil that? What kind that those are devilism. Savagely. These people, they don't develop right in their capacity. They are savagers. This one, number 10. You shall not covet. That mean, covet mean what? Help me know. What is covet? Like bad mind. No bad mind your friend. No bad mind your neighbor. No bad mind nobody where you see with nothing. Lord have mercy. You know what? You covet because of the wealth that they take from Africa and build up their world. Make their world wonderfully look and, you know, nice and pretty and glamorous. You know, luxurious. So when we see them with the wealth, this is what they don't want us to do. When we see them with our ancestors' wealth and palabin in big cars and big mansion and big this and big, they don't want we to look at them and covet them for it. When the wealth is ours. That's what it means. No covet them for what you see them with. That's why them put in the Bible. They don't want we covet them for what we see them with. But first, them covet we and go in Africa, go burn down the people in village and take away everything that the people them have. And covet them for even them black skin. So they don't want me to covet them. They don't want me to do that. To play, they don't want to do that. They don't want we see them with nothing and covet them. That's what it means. I'm telling you. Look into it, because nobody never teach it like this. Nobody never teach you 10 commandments like this. But look into it. It's the things that they don't want us to do back to them, but they do more gruesome and wicked to us. It's just the thing that they don't want us to do to them. Plain and simple. And I just give it from 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The things that they don't want we to do back to them. But let me look at number 1. We just look through them. Number 1 said, you shall not have no other gods before me. Who they call me? You shall not have no other gods before me. They don't put God, you know. G-O-D, you know, they put S on it, gods. Because they know that we are the gods of the earth. They know that we are the gods of the earth. That's why they put the S on it, gods. So they don't want they want us to look on them as gods. And if a person born from the womb and is not registered to Mother Nature, they are totally alien of the earth. And if the sun is killing them, if the sun is killing the Caucasian, what that tell you? They are alien of the earth. The black man can lie in the sun from now till a man and nothing doing. So if nature, if Mother Nature is killing them, they are aliens. That's why God, and if they are dying by nature, that means they are imperfect. And God is not gonna create perfect and then go back and create unperfect and go back and create imperfect. Once God create perfect, it is perfect. But they are imperfect of the earth because Mother Nature is killing them. So they are imperfect. That means, you know what that means? That means they were created upon the earth in laboratory. The Egyptian pyramid, that's where they were created by our ancestors, by the gods of the earth. But the genealogy that creating them, that create them, they was created on a lower frequency. Because they are imperfect. Number 2, you shall not make for yourself an idol. You hear what I say? You shall not make for yourself an idol. But when you look in New York, you see Statue of Liberty hold up a torch. That's an idol. Any black man you see them worshiping idols, they learn it from the Caucasian. They learn it from the Roman Catholic ideology. Any black man you see worshiping idol, they was taught to do that idiotically, and they as robot just follow what they see. They can't fool me with their psychologically brainwash education. Number 3. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. Misuse. I don't know. You misuse. So maybe, I get it. The knowledge just come to me. Knowledge just drop in my spirit. So what they don't want you to do, they don't want you to pray against them. No misuse the name of God. But that's what we need to do, to pray against devils, because they are imperfect, So once you pray the prayer of God against them, they're gonna melt away and vanish away from the earth, man. Number 4. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. We don't know which day is the Sabbath day. We don't know which day to keep holy, because everything was messed up by the Caucasian. Everything was rearranged. Everything messed up. Some people say Saturday, some people worship on Sunday. It don't make no difference when you worship God. We're supposed to worship God every day. We're supposed to worship God every day. You have your children. You're gonna love your children on one day. No, you love your children every day. You get up and see your children. You love your children. That's how we should love God and worship God every day. If you are working 6 days a week, when you rest, you worship God. Even when you are working, you still have the time you can worship God. So we're supposed to worship God every day. We're not supposed to pick a day. But what the difference is the gathering when we all come together. If Sunday, if Saturday, you can come together and worship God, well, everybody able to come together and worship God. If Sunday, you do the same thing, that's the day you find when people are free from work. You get and worship God, so the day don't make a difference. So when they say Sabbath, who know which day is the Sabbath? Who know which day is the Sabbath? They are telling us about the beginning of time. No one know the beginning of how God creation was started and when it's gonna end. Nobody, no individual, no angel, but God himself. And when I say himself, it's just a figure of speech, because God is not a him or God is not a she. The spirit is the spirit. But we grow up. You cannot erase what they taught us. So sometimes you just fly out of your mouth and you say the same idiotic thing. So but because you cannot unlearn what you already learned, you only can use happiness